What's up, folks? We back for another Shadow Cast. This time we have a special guest, Primo, the man, the myth, the legend. Runs his own league, plays in multiple leagues, is consistent, and one of my favorite channels to watch is whenever his daughter's actually in the background, killing them with Frozen on repeat. So, want to welcome Primo to the channel. What's going
Hey,
on,
hey,
man?
hey. What's up? What's up? Glad to be here.
Yeah, man, it always cracks me up. It's good to put a face to the name in the
For
chat
sure,
and
for sure.
everything, man. But it cracks me up, man, when your daughter's back there and you like,
Oh
man,
yeah.
stop.
Yeah, no, she's the assistant coach that tries to lose me to games.
Man,
Um,
I picture her having like all the Frozen stuff, like
yes, she does. She does
yeah,
have all the
all of
frozen
them
stuff.
got
She
all
got
the
she
characters,
got
everything, man.
Olaf. She got Anna. Yeah, all of them.
That's what's up,
She
man.
loves them. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what's up. It seemed like she don't give no chill to you telling her to stop either, though. She's like,
yeah. She's
it
the
is
only
what it
kid right
is.
now, so she's a little spoiled.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That
It's
makes sense. But parenthood, man, is dope. It's just
it's a different, definitely an interesting stage of life. Going from obviously childhood to adulthood with no child, then having children. It's like, boom, there's it's like you just keep moving. It's the cycle of life. So
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Man, so let's take it back a little bit, man. Like I don't know much of your backstory here in terms of your gamer history. Know a little bit about you playing with you in
okay.
220 and now in
hmm
STE, but like what's your gamer history? What's your football history as well?
Okay, I played football in seventh grade, and I played again in ninth grade, but then I didn't stick with it. I did wrestling. I was pretty good at wrestling. I wrestled some in college too, but I always was a Madden gamer. Like I was playing like young. I had cousins and siblings. I have two older brothers, so I always played with them. We were gamers. We were big on Tekken, and then me
Oh,
and one of
nice.
the brothers we were big on Madden, and then we did NCAA for a couple of years too. 'Cause, because that's back when we had the memory cards and stuff like that. I think that's PlayStation One or Two. I think it was
Yeah,
one.
you had to
I can't
swap the
remember. I
cards
think it
and
was one
stuff.
or two. Memory cards, and then you bring over the memory card with your franchise over, and we play each other on theirs on their dynasties, and we have all of us on one dynasty. It was kind of cool back then, but everything was like side to side with each other back then. It wasn't like everything
Yeah,
online now. It was easier, but back then you actually have to physically be in that person's house with the same memory card to do that. But yeah, so I was pretty good with the football gaming for a minute. Then I was even when I was like 17. I had won a Madden tournament in Cleveland. I was pretty good
okay.
at the time. And then one of the people I went to school with, he's one of those pro Madden players. He had his little Madden profile stuff up there. I was like, Dad, I used to beat that dude too. He was a couple years older than me, but yeah, I'm 36, 37. He's gonna be 39, I guess. So yeah, but so I was like, I'm thinking like that. I guess I was on that pro level back then because I mean, obviously he's much more cheese, and he focused like being a pro. You got to focus on like your 4 or 5 plays and know exactly all the
Yeah, yeah,
reads with
yeah.
all the coverages, and it's just reps. That's not really skills. Just that's almost muscle memory at that point. Versus what we do, kind of like in the CFM community, is kind of like more on the go, fly. You picking things like and you reading stuff, but it's like it's less memory. Unless, of course, I mean you can memorize like the timing and stuff. If you have the same exact team, you always know
Right.
like, okay, this receiver breaks in this amount of time, and it's muscle memory. You set your protection, boom, boom, boom. But like for what we doing, it's more about making reads, and sometimes you read the wrong thing, you make mistakes, man. So that's what we do in this CFM community. Obviously, it's a mix. You're gonna get some freestyle too. It's not all sim or whatever because sim is so subjective, anyways. But
Yeah, it's a little subjective.
I feel like, but my background is, I mean, I'm pretty good when it comes to the game, but I've been progressively getting worse. I feel like having a daughter, I don't put the time in to get the reps in to get the so like all my reps, all my practice is just in league. So like I got a couple of leagues, but it's like it's not as productive as like if I actually sat down versus like play in another league or a second league, like because that you're not really getting practice. You just like getting live, and it's like if you make a mistake, you can't digest and run it back. Okay, why did I make this mistake versus cover three? This that do it.
Right.
You can literally in practice figure out why you did it, and if you have two controllers, you can fix with the shades and everything, and really get down and gritty and start practicing it and knowing why and how you're making certain reads and what works. Because man, it's a game, and it's not like real life where a safety can make the wrong read sometimes. And Madden, they if they make the wrong read, they're making the wrong read every time. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's.
yeah.
I mean, they say ratings matter, but I mean, it's more the coverage that matters the most versus like the actual players. Like, I mean, Madden's not at that level yet where they can just have it to where coverages get busted based on the player's awareness or something like that. Madden's not there yet. This, I'm sure they could code it if they really wanted to, but the way they keep coding and having this buggy game and keep continuously piling new code onto the foundational code, which is trash in my opinion. But that's
Yeah.
kind of my backstory. And then also I took off 10 years, like when I went to college. I didn't play Madden from like '04. I want to say to like 2014, pretty much. Yeah, but I took off pretty much that time period. Maybe I came back a little bit 2012, but not in the online scene. So I was just maybe playing offline and just playing around a couple times a week, maybe just out of boredom or something like that. But I really got back into Madden, and I really got into the online scene in 2014, and when it was this league MML with this guy NW Saint. He's a wild guy. He's like a 67-year-old dude, but he was passionate about Madden. He was former football player. He was real
Okay.
crazy talker in the chat. Some of these guys know who I'm talking about, but he brought me into Madden. He hit me up on Yahoo Messenger, I think. It's just old stuff, stuff that people don't even use anymore, or one of the forums, something like that. He's like,
Yeah.
"You look Manly?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Well, like, all right, I'll do it. And yeah, the rest is history. Then I was like, "Damn, this is kind of fun," being like in the league and a couple, advance every now and then, and you playing against other people. Then you know, from there, I went and joined other leagues. I started a league with Jay Horn. I know you know Jay Horn. Me and Jay Horn,
Yeah.
we started a league called PTFL. It was one of the it was a nice competitive league, and there was a lot of shit talkers in there. So these people didn't know about the PTFL too. But then
So
that kind of
how long did
went.
that last? The PTFL.
PTFL lasted like three or four, three with me, I guess, four maybe, and then but then also then I jumped from PTFL, and then my boy Wade, we both was Ohio State fans, and we started talking, and we had a lot of similar interests and stuff. And then I so then he was like, let's build a league. But what happened was there was this another league that was called Weez League, but then he just for like 6 months or a year he just kind of started getting shaky, and so then Wade was like, all right, let's just take it, rebrand it, and call it Race for the Ring. So we was running with that for a little bit, and then that was cool too. So then we was doing PTFL and Race for the Ring, but then PTFL just kind of fell off with that. Then I went Race for the Ring for a little bit, and then it was like, all right, I've been doing a lot of co-admission, but it's like. I'm doing a lot of the rules for both of them. I've made both the rule sets for PTFL and Race for the Ring, and then Wade and Jay would tweak it as such. But then I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and be the main commission because I feel like I got the vision to do what I want to do with the franchise or server in general and just the gaming community. I know what I want to do with it, so I feel like if enough people have enough similar mindedness in gaming, they'll come and join it. And then look at the server; it's like 200 people. So I mean, I know what
Yeah,
I'm
y'all,
doing.
y'all
I
pretty
know what I'm talking
stacked.
about when it comes to gaming. So I feel like I am a pretty good commissioner at that aspect, especially in 2K because 2K was really the one because that community didn't have a lot of solid commissions or league structures. It was just it's real wild in 2K. See, I mean, and Madden's not that bad when but so that's kind of what happened. And then like and I joined 220 also around that race for the ring time. And then I went in there and it was me, Jay Horn, and this dude KP. You don't know him, but he was a really good Madden player too. And then
I've
we
heard
went
him
in there
mentioned
as
in
like
there
the
before.
WO. But yeah, so we went in there like to knock off weight. It's actually why they brought us. Well, they kind of brought us in because Wade was having this crazy run, so they threw me, Jay Horn. It was me, Jay Horn Knight, and Wade all in one division, and then like yeah, it's like they was like, hey, we gonna make Wade's life a living hell in 220 with these
That's
kids in there.
hilarious.
So it was funny. So yeah, we gave him the comp,
Collusion.
and hey, it was fun though. And then like then obviously the next cycle they broke us up and everything, and then I ended up winning a couple of chips. You know, I beat Feds in the bowl, and I beat big
Okay.
big bums in the bowl. Then I lost to big bums. I beat realist. I beat realist the goat.
Wow.
And man,
That's a big one.
they were hurt. That one hurt them. I mean, they didn't cry too much when I beat Feds, but
Yeah.
they was hurting when I beat Realist because that was like he was the goat of 220, and then like this new young
That's
dude
good, man.
coming in there after one cycle is just knocking off these heads. So it was tough for 220 to swallow
Now,
that pill that hey, this
now,
dude Primo
hold
is
on.
really some
What was
skills.
that an early season in that cycle, or was it a late season
No, it's
chip?
late. It was late, so
Okay.
um,
So teams were
I'd have
built
to
up.
yeah, I'd have to look at that, but I feel like it was late because I had
Okay.
one versus Fed. I think I won Feds, and it was the Chiefs. Didn't have Mahomes. It was like I don't know who the quarterback was back then, but it wasn't Mahomes. And the Chiefs wasn't that nice. They had I had built up a running back I drafted, made him beastie. But
What was that when what's his name? Oh boy, that Kaepernick took his place from San Francisco.
n- uh,
I forget his name.
no. Alex Smith and Kaepernick
Yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
San Fran, but
Yeah,
it
but
was
Alex moved over to KC, didn't
no San Fran. He came back to KC. Yeah, you know what? It might have been that. It might have been yeah.
he? Okay.
It might have been Alex Smith, something like that. It wasn't a
Wasn't
no
a
quarterback to.
superstar basically, like a stud.
Nah, it wasn't like people was like, oh, you got a stacked team. I'm like that. No, it was a solid team, but it wasn't like stacked. Nothing like that. But
Yeah. So
yes, I did
you
that, and
got the
then
chips in 220, but you got
I
how many
got
you
chips
got
in
in
a lot
ST?
back in the day in the PTFL. I got a lot of PTFL chips. Back then when I first came back, no
Okay.
kids, no girl, nothing like that. I was playing in 4 or 5 leagues. I was every cycle I was winning, 4 or 5 chips. So I stacked like 20 chips in like a 4 or 5 year span. And obviously 4 years ago, I had the baby. So it's been
Yeah, yeah.
progressively slowing. Now I got the last chip I got, I think is an STE against weight, you know. So that was I think that's the last chip I got. I've been in a couple other Super Bowls. I lost to KG in a couple Super Bowls. Yeah, I think I lost to KG in
Last
three
cycle,
Super
right?
Bowls, 2 Super Bowls in
Was it two?
STE and another one in another league. So he's been
Okay.
stopping my Super Bowls. Like I've been meeting him in Super Bowls. He's been stopping me from winning Super Bowls. And then 220, I haven't made it to the Super Bowl in a minute, because I've just been getting punched by CEO and
Yeah.
Gangsta. They've been slowing me down a little bit,
Yeah, Gangster got me last
whatever.
night. You know,
It's I mean
full
it's
rain
whatever.
game. It was
Gangsta,
pretty rough.
Gangsta got I guess his style of play translates more different Maddens. I guess I give him his props. I'm not a hater. I think he
Yeah,
plays decent. I feel like he
he's a good
passes too
passer.
much.
He
I think he
mixes
passes
it
too
up
much.
some, but he
But
definitely slings it. You
but
know.
yeah, I feel like I kind of did that. I did the 220 thing. I think I now I feel like in 220 I'm on a redemption arc. I feel like I was the villain my first stint there, and then I was a troll in the chat. I was a big time troll back then,
Okay.
just because it was fun, and I just cracked myself up talking shit to these random people. I was like, I got under their skin. They kicked me out. I was annexed. They kicked me out because I had posted something about the prof. I was accusing him of doing nanos back then. I mean, not that I
Oh,
even fucking remember it. I mean, honestly, but people don't want to have that label or whatever. So I'm posting YouTube videos like, look at he did that setup. It looked the same to me. And then
yeah.
that was it was just too much. I was
You
just
just
too
pushing
much in the chat.
buttons.
Yeah, I was pushing too many buttons, and
Yeah, yeah,
stepping crossing lines that I shouldn't have with certain people. Power. You got to know the power structure of the place to know when to do that. By the time
right.
I didn't think none of it. I didn't think they really cared either. I figured that hey, it's whatever. We all just talking shit anyways. It's just video
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
But I was like, damn man. And then being away for a while, I was like, damn, I really do appreciate a league ran with structure that I don't have to run myself. So that's like, imagine like, I mean, ideally, I'd love to like have somebody run STE and exactly the way I have it,
Right.
without me. But like, but so like, but hey, it's not the perfect world. But to me, I felt like 220 was close enough. I mean, I didn't agree with all the rules, but it was enough, and the activity was on fire. So I was like, yeah, whatever. So then it was a time when Al kind of stepped back, and then Wendy was just the one running 220, and then apparently there's a lot of turnover, and the league was a lot of openings started happening. And then Feds hit me. I think I hit Feds up, but hey, man, I'll join. I'll come back in 220, and then I guess
Okay.
he floated my name, and I mean my gameplay is not shitty to the point where they wouldn't have me back. He's like, hey, we'll give Primo a shot. We'll see, because there was other people they let in that from that have more questionable style of play than me for sure. Like I'm not even like, and at the point, and I was on the down in Madden too, so not like I was going like a lock to have every single championship either. So they was
Right.
like, okay, we bring him, and he's active. And then at the time, I was like, hey, I'll just play my game, like keep my head down. But I'm slowly talking a little more there. But I'm still never gonna be the troll I once was in 220.
Yeah.
I'll rest
You hold
assured
back a
that.
little bit now. Yeah. You
Not
gotta.
so much holding back. It's just I just don't have the energy to do it. Like nobody's really gonna get that troll out of me because like I'm at the point where if it's I just put my phone down. It's not that deep. It's just keep it moving. I go to work and do something else. I got shit to do. So that's kind of where it
Yeah.
was with Dasco.
So
And
I
then
thought
yeah,
you and Shadow Monkey were gonna start
nah.
going into it,
I,
but y'all
you
started
can
with the whole
try.
nephew thing, and I was
You
like,
can
oh,
try.
okay,
I'm cool. Hey, I'm cool. He can call me nephew all he want. I'll call him, uncle, uncle. It don't matter to me. It's not. He ain't gonna get me to start trolling. I mean, hey, I don't like when people try to say like certain things about gameplay because then it's like it's a lot of hypocrisy in there. It's like, well, what about
yeah,
this?
you
What
want
about
to
that?
open
Like
that
you
box
can't just
up.
isolate. You can't just isolate what I'm doing. I ain't the only person doing this. There's other people doing this, and I'm like, all right, fine. If you really about certain things, put it in a play count limit. Why is everybody scared of that? Put it down to two. Put it down to one. Like I don't care. I'll play with to the rules, but like you get too subjective when you're trying to not do that. I like the objectivity of having a play count ticker. I don't care offense and defense. If you can't figure it out on defense, then get a custom book or start doing hot routes on defense. You can turn any play on defense into any play you want. You can turn a cover one into cover two if you really wanted to. You just got to be quick with it. I understand a lot of
So
old people in there that got slow fingers and stuff.
yeah,
But
them bum thumbs. They got me last night trying to make some switches, and GE got me. So let's talk about that a little bit, right? So you play in 220, you run
mm,
STE, right? So in
yeah,
one world, like you control the universe, quote unquote, right?
right,
In the other
yeah.
world, you gotta abide by what the universe
Other
says, right?
people's universe rules.
Right.
Yeah,
So I would say 220 is focused a lot more on sim. You know, as we say, it's
mm,
subjective. It's subjective,
yeah.
but it's trying to put some rules in place to make sure that people aren't out here mutt styling, even though it still happens, right? You're not gonna make it zero like mutt style.
I think the biggest thing 220 has going for it is the history and the longevity of the leagues. And like it's like when you have
I
something
can
that's
see
been
that.
going on for 20 years, it's like people look at them like, damn, you trying to be part of something great or bigger than you. Like when it's going 20 years, it's like damn, it's a lot. And at the one time, a lot of people did think it was second to none. That's why they called them 220. Like it was a lot of killers in it. You think that it's about sim? No, back in the day, 220 wasn't about sim. It was about savagery. People like that's where the most savage
Okay,
Madden
okay,
players go. They go play there because they're second to none. They were good. Obviously, these people that were ballers 20 years ago, they gotten older now, and so like they're like a 20 years older. So it's like they're not
yeah.
the young, hungry gamer that they once were. They got families and stuff, so they slow down too, right? So I think that's more the thing about 220. I knew that now they're trying to get, like, it's reloaded now. It's not the actual 220 no more. It's 220 reloaded, but it's
Yeah.
still 220. So it's like, but so they trying to do sim, yeah, to a point, but it's not like, I mean, what is sim? Because sim is so relative, and you can see in real life, sim is to do people in real life, they do what works. If you're gonna, if a team can't pass, they're gonna run in real life. If a team can't run, they're gonna pass. But in real life, both the offense and defense are playing a chess game. They're always trying to be one step ahead of the other or predict what each other is doing. That's why they mix it up. They don't mix it up because something doesn't work or something. If something works in real life and they know the other team can't stop it in real life, the same thing to do would be to continuously do it. But obviously, it's a video game, and people can know it's coming, but they players think stupid. So that's why you put a play count on. I feel like four is a good number. That's one time per quarter tops on average. If you want to burn all four of them in one quarter, that's fine. Then you don't run that play the rest of the game, right? That's fine for in my opinion. So I feel like I'm glad that they put the five in there. I prefer
Yeah.
if they put it to four. I prefer if they put it to three. And then we'll really see who's sim. Because
Yeah,
then
yeah.
what?
The five,
But then it's like
yeah, the five
five
I
is
think
fine
is,
though.
yeah, it, even though it feels low, it sounds low, but it actually is. I mean, five times the same
I mean,
play.
most people don't have an issue with it. I'm fine. It's fine.
I
Five is
still
fine.
haven't hit it
Five is,
on offense. I hit it on
yeah,
defense before I hit it on
it's not.
offense.
Yeah, it's not easy to hit it. I mean, I personally mix up defense in general. 'Cause I like to see what defensive um, formations, what defensive sets in the formations actually like start to work. So I play around with all the defense, the same concept, just to see like, okay, is a 3-3 nickel the best 3-3 I like which one gets
Right.
the most pass rush, all that stuff. So when you play around the game, that's why I personally like playing all of them. And then you'll see like, okay, this is the one that does a lot for me, or against this, or this one. I feel like this one does better against run. I try to match receivers to cornerbacks anyway. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's how
So
I kind of like pick.
rules wise, you guys have structured, well, I guess you have structured STE to be a lot looser in terms of
Fourth down,
like
yes,
policing some of the gameplay, you know, tactics and things
definitely.
like
I
that.
feel I try to leave the policing of the gameplay to play counter. I'm not really like I'm not trying to micromanage that as much. At the same time, I do say don't glitch, like don't motion snap. There's some things that I feel like shouldn't be done, and people intentionally glitching. Apparently, but a lot of this is on Madden. Like how I mean, like take for example the game I played yesterday versus the Falcons. He did some kind of audible, glitched my defense out to the point where he had a receiver on the far right side that was wide open. No, nobody was guarding him. I was like, "What? I didn't do that. Like, I didn't move any receivers. I was on a linebacker. I was on the D lineman at the time. Like, why are my guys just leaving him wide open?" So I had to jump all the way to the safety, pull him from his center field coverage to try to, because he quick snapped it too. He saw it. He knew it was bullshit, but he decided to run that play anyways. So I don't know if he knew that calling the audible or flipping the play would glitch my defense. Probably did, but I'm not gonna speculate. It's whatever. He did it, and then he saw that I was trying to get somebody over there because the cornerback that was guarding that guy was like in no man's land, like just standing guard nobody. So I'm like, let me get this safety that's in the deep zone. I'll user him then and just avoid that. And then he obviously he hit him with a hot route, put him on a streak, and he threw it as fast as he could.
Right.
But this is all while I'm trying to run to him. So he caught the pass. My guy ended up. I tried to like knock it out, but he didn't even get a knockout animation. He hit him on his legs, and the guy actually kept the ball, dropped it. I mean, and then got back to running up the field. But luckily, by
Right.
then the team rallied and got the tackle. So I'm just saying like that's glitching, and I don't really like glitching. So like there's kind of rules for that, but like he gonna say he didn't know, blah blah blah. So it's like
Yeah.
at the same time,
Did he
and
come
then
back
because
to
I
it?
was
Try it again?
uh, I'm not. No, he couldn't. No, he didn't do it again. All you
Okay.
needed was once. He scored on that drive, and that could have that affected game flow a little bit. But I mean, it's whatever. He still won because he got some silly. He mossed my guy. I was silly, and I pulled down the safety that was double covered over there because I thought maybe he would do something in the middle, try to check
Right.
it down and get field range, but he went ahead and mossed me. But
Yeah. So
but
I
yeah,
would say I
glitching.
think like from the rules perspective, the main thing is like trying not to make everybody sim per se, but to try to put guidelines in place because if there aren't any, folks are gonna be nanoing and doing all the
Well, yeah,
glitches that they can and stuff like that.
here's the thing. Glitch kind of composes all of that. Nanos include is are included in glitching. You can't be nanoing, and like we'll
Uh-oh,
call it
hold
out.
up.
And then,
Well, hold on. We got somebody
yeah,
in the chat. So I hear it wasn't a glitch.
that's
That's
bullshit.
what
It was a
Sticks is
glitch.
saying.
I don't care what he said. It was a glitch. Like how is it not a glitch if if my guys that are in man coverage or whatever, all of a sudden they don't move, they get glitched out, and they don't run around and guard the person they're supposed to guard. Like that is a freaking glitch. Like I'm sorry, that's a glitch. How's that not a glitch?
I think what Sticks is saying, it wasn't a glitch that he created. The
He
game may
did.
have glitched.
It's a glitch by the game. Yes, the
Right.
game is
But
engineered
he
in a way
didn't
where if he
purposely
decides to
say,
flip his play or
yeah,
audible, all of a sudden it might dumb out the logic of the defense. I think it might be when you go from tight to or a tight set to a wide set. It's probably something like that because like I feel like if you
gotcha.
stayed in the tight set, then it wouldn't have happened. But Madden has like they have like a different offensive logic. They got tight set logic, they got trips logic, and they got spread logic. And it's like jumping from one to one may break down the logic to the point where the defense gets glitched
Throws it off
because
a little bit.
normally the defense should be able to stick with each other.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, first
I mean,
off,
hey,
I didn't man align or base align, so that's BS. Like what the I didn't do any of that. Like I was in man, I don't man align. It's set the auto. I don't even touch that. I do have match. I do play match coverage if I'm in the zone,
yeah,
and if match coverage zone, I will be matched up. But like I'm not doing extra. I don't know. Whatever. I disagree with Betty T Cox on that. It's a glitch. He saw it though. Here's the thing: if you see the game is broken, you see, oh man, look at this. I just
yeah. Get a
audible, and I
defense a
see
chance to
obviously that
reset,
there's nobody
basically.
lined up on top of my receiver. That you, as a courteous member, would be like, all right, let him figure this out. The game is clearly messed up, and that's something that 220 does do. Like if somebody audibles, the rule is you have to wait till they're set. If you audible on offense, you have to wait till the defense audible. And maybe I'll bring that to SE. He didn't break a rule per se, but because of what he did, it caused a glitch. In my mind, like it goes without saying, like if you see something glitch, you don't do it. I mean, he didn't glitch. He didn't do like some kind of like hot like motion snap glitch where the DBs just gets dumbed out or something like that. No, but still, it's a glitch because the way I was using glitch is all encompassing, not only game glitching, but like you're glitching too. So both of them. I feel like the game glitch, but he knew the game glitch, and he should have waited for me to get my defense like to be normal, logical defense. But whatever, it's
Yeah.
whatever. He got the
So
win.
so Stick
I
says
ain't
that
looking.
he had another comment. He said, yes, Giro does the same, but it's not a glitch per se, just EA. I will say I do see Giro do that, but in terms of like going from one formation to another, he does it, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
pretty good amount.
people. You're allowed to
But
audible, but at the same time, like if
he
you can,
does let the defense reset,
that's the
which
thing. Yeah,
is one of the 220 rules. If you switch
yes,
formations, you have to let the defense reset.
and
That's
you
one
know
of
what?
his.
And as I experience these things, I'm open. That's the thing about STE. We're open to bringing new rules in. It's even in the rule book. Feel free to suggest new rules. The bottom line is like it's flexible. We're open. We're trying to make a better gaming experience for everyone in the league. As long as as long as I can accept it. And my admins, I'll talk to them. But hey, what do you guys think about it? And if they're down with it, I'm down with it. It's not
I
something that
mean,
can't be like added to the rule book. You know what I mean?
what Stick says is basically it's your fault. You should have man the line. I mean, I ain't in it. I'm just telling you what the
Yeah,
man
it's hey,
said.
sticks say what sticks want to say. It's all good. Hey,
Ooh,
you
I
know,
can't wait for
I
the
feel,
rematch.
I'm in the playoffs. I'm not losing sleep, man. It's whatever. I mean, hey, Falcons got his win. I hope him the best that he can make the playoffs in the NFC. Good for him.
All right,
But
so perfect
I'm
segue
still
though.
thirsty.
Perfect segue.
Yeah, yeah,
Playoffs. We got the
yeah,
playoff
exactly.
board up here. I think this was last week, but I think it's the same now. So
Yeah, it is the same.
what you thinking about with the playoffs and STE? We're about to enter those in what 3 4 weeks.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll probably be there by next weekend, or next week, or not next weekend.
The
The
week
week after
after.
next.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But either way, I mean, I feel like the AFC seven might be the same. Bengals and Texans, they're gonna battle for the seventh seed. I feel like Broncos, yeah, him or Dolphins will be the one seed. I'll probably stick at the three seed because of the loss I just took, and it doesn't matter. The four seed is, I don't think I'll drop below Jag, so I'll probably stay three. Um, five, six, seven. I mean, you and Fads could figure that out. Five and six. So yeah, AFC. I feel like for the most part, six of those seven spots are going to be there, unless you guys have a collapse. Bingos can fight, but I mean, I don't know. He traded Burrow. It's not the best. Um, he's not like primed for a playoff push. When you trade your quarterback like that and go for David Mills,
Yeah.
he's kind of in a rebuild. If he's in there, hurrah. But it's like I doubt he's really gonna probably make it. Texans though, all he gave up for Burrows, he got more fight in him to want to make that push for the seventh seed. I don't blame him. He should go for it. The NFC, yeah, uh, that they might be the same too. Falcons, maybe he'll push the Rams. I mean, it's but yeah, most of them are gonna be there. But yeah, I feel like I said on my show, the Primo Place, I think the one, two, three for the AFC is Broncos, Dolphins, and Steelers, and then for the NFC, it's going to be Saints. I think the Seahawks will jump up to maybe
Mm-hmm.
three, and I don't think the Packers going to hold on. I think the Bears are going to get it, but the Cowboys are right there too.
You think the Bears will get the
I
two
mean, he
seed?
had a big win. He had a big win against Texans, so yeah,
Yeah, they got. I was watching that. It kind of got out of hand pretty quickly. I was like,
yeah.
well,
I
I'm
mean, he's
out.
got a solid team, so
Yeah, and he definitely he pushed the ball pretty effectively um, each drive. So it was pretty clear. And then the baby goat was making some mistakes, you know,
yeah,
every drive or
some
every other drive. So it's hard when the other team is pushing and you're stalling. So it just starts opening up that gap. I think pretty much tend to agree with you on the seeding in the AFC. I mean, I have unfortunately I have a sim against Feds. I hate that we didn't get to play that game because I like playing Feds. It's a challenge,
hmm
especially the way he uses that linebacker. So I have the head to head of 2-0 on the season with Fed, so I'll probably stay above him, unless records just above him in the division. But unless I just start dropping some L's here. Um, but I do think Broncos, Dolphins, and Steelers reign supreme on top of there. But I don't think any of them are unbeatable.
no, for
Understanding that,
sure, anybody can be beat.
yeah, understanding that you are the Steelers, but uh, the Saints. I mean, I thought he was going to go undefeated until Jiro gave him that L, but that was a good
Well, you
game.
say the Steelers. I mean, like the Steelers. I mean, they're not that nice. My offensive line is killing me, man. Like I get no protection. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
but you got
the game.
Josh Allen.
That's a good trade. That's just smart. But look at the overall. The team is like 78. I'm going
Yeah, yeah.
against like
No,
some
no, no. I
teams.
ain't saying you don't have holes. You got holes for sure. But
Yeah, mhm.
yeah, but you,
I
but
pay. I
but
paid a lot. To get,
I will say this though. Hold on. I will say this. Before you got Josh Allen, you were still balling with your QB.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
was
you had
killing with Mitch
Trubisky.
Trubisky. But yeah, exactly. And like Josh, people, quarterbacks like Josh Allen, it's a gift and a curse because you have that quarterback you want to throw more. But honestly, with
Yeah,
Mitch Trubisky, I was playing smarter, and like it was Najee Harris.
because you got
I
to
was like
protect the ball,
my beat.
mix
It
it
was
up.
like I was beating people 3 to 40 because I was playing literally primo ball. But now once I get Josh Allen, not only do I'm thinking, okay, I gotta get a certain amount of yards to keep his X factor. I gotta keep the interceptions down. So I'm hesitating on certain throws when it's like, the window's a little too tight. I mean, like maybe old me
Yeah,
would throw it, but new me is like, I want a wide open throw. So I'll take that sack, and I'm starting to lose games off that. But hey, my thing is this: I keep that. I just gotta make the playoffs, man. Like I don't think Bengals is gonna jump me for the division. I don't care where I fall. I don't care who I play. Honestly, I'm of the mindset that I can be anybody in the league, anytime, anywhere. I don't care. Even KG, yes, I think I could beat them all. So I don't really care what my seed is. I just want to get to the playoffs with my X factor, Josh Allen, and then I'll maybe start looking at my team and deciding what abilities I want. Because I didn't even really change abilities. I only changed abilities on Josh Allen, but I still got to fix Minka Fitzpatrick. I mean, there's stuff I can
Yeah,
do to make my defense even better. So I mean, I'm out here, man. I ain't really worried about it. Like it's just I think I got to get 700 yards in what 4 weeks, and I have like
yeah, that's easy.
12 inch to play with. So I'm not gonna throw the ends. I maybe throw one a game. Like I threw that last second in against the Falcons. I was pissed, but it's like, hey, it was whatever. It's only one in. Even if I did that every game, I'd still end up with like 25 ends. So I'm
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
It's
I messed
whatever.
my ends off with 2 games. I was
Yeah.
basically two
Speaking of that,
one,
the
two
death the
one.
death of Herbert. How'd you like that video?
Dude, I
The,
cracked up, man. So if you didn't see it, go look at Primo's channel, and he posted a video of the death of Herbert's attributes, or superstar abilities, and dude, it was I was cracking
yeah.
up, dude, the whole time. As soon as I heard the music in the background, I said, "Oh man, this dude about to be on one, man." But yeah, it was
Yeah.
funny, definitely, my mistake. I misunderstood our chat, but I thought I was free and clear. I was like,
No,
let me
yeah.
go
So
ahead
you
and
you
try
had
this.
interpreted as okay. Once you get to the 3,000 yards,
3,000.
then you have a new lease on interceptions. No, you still got to keep them interceptions under 30.
Yeah,
But you had hit 3,000 yards, and you had 29 in, so you was good. You technically could have just sat him, wait to the playoffs, bring him back out, let him do his thing.
yeah.
But you do another
When
tempo
I
edge, you have to go.
after we talked about it, like now, for clarity, I had that understanding before we started
Before,
chatting,
but then we talked, and you
right?
thought
And then
that
we talked,
our
and I
contact
thought you would.
confused you.
I was like, hold on, let me be clear. You telling me that the ints isn't a big deal? Oh shoot, I'm about to really, cause see, what you mentioned earlier. Throughout the season, I haven't been able to play like I want to play with Herbert
Yeah,
because I'm like, ooh, bit of a tight window. I don't know if I
exactly.
want to try that free form right there, because maybe not. Maybe he doesn't, and it just throws me off. And like you say, you can lose games playing like that because you're being
Exactly.
extra cautious. And so, I definitely had that front of mind on every pass play. And so I was like, shoot, I'm about to come out here and sling that thing now and do it,
Yeah,
how I want to do it. But, it is what it is, man. Like, y'all did give me the opportunity to remove the sim interceptions, but he had already lost the pass lead elite. So I'm like, you know what? I play with Davis Mills and Matt Corral in other leagues, and I can
yeah.
pass with them. So, I mean, this dude is still 96 throw power, and everything short,
Yeah.
medium, and deep is
No, he's a good quarterback.
90
Yeah,
plus. I mean, he's still a good quarterback.
for
But now
sure.
I don't have to worry about ints
Yeah,
at
right.
all
Yeah,
because he don't have abilities. So,
exactly.
we'll see how that translates. I still take care of the ball. But last question, man, before we get out of here, how do you feel and for those that don't know, there's a 30 interception rule and 3,000 yards. So at a minimum, you have to have 3,000 yards and you can't throw more than 29 interceptions. If you do, you lose, you go down one step. So X Factor to
For
superstar or superstar to star. And at the end of
mhm.
the season, if Madden decides to give you a superstar or an X Factor, you also lose that because you have you
Yes.
you have too many interceptions or not enough yards. So it's new, right?
Yes.
It's a new process. It's something that you're trying.
Hmm.
How do you feel that it's been working? Because, I mean, right now, shoot, I'll bring it up while I'm talking. But right now, the way that the numbers are looking, I mean, Cat's still out here, you know, pretty much.
I feel like I
Woo!
feel like
I mean, do you see this 78
yeah.
interceptions?
So here's the thing: Deshaun Watson. I mean, he's like a star anyways, so it doesn't matter. And the user is Champ, and Champ is not historically a good user. He's like he don't really push the playoffs. He's not
Okay.
really a threat. And now Riddler was at the Falcons. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know
Well,
what
I think he
he
traded
sure
him
is.
though,
I mean, he traded Riddler.
or it may be a different league. I don't take that.
I don't know. even so, he definitely wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing 51 picks versus me. He was playing to win versus me. So something clicked when he played me. And then Burrow, yes, that's crazy, But
Yeah,
then he
Burrow is
lost. So like
crazy.
Burrow, once he went over 30, he just gonna continue to fling it. He doesn't care at that point.
Right.
And then Trey Lance is, I think that's what Flores. That's the tradeaholic. So I mean, he's
That
not an ability guy either. But I feel like for most of the guys that have the that did lose it, they were guys that were throwing 30 picks on the previous Madden. So it's like they were, and this Madden made it just harder to, like, it made it easier to get those pick numbers. So they hitting it faster. But I feel like
right.
it made a market for trading quarterbacks with ability. So like even if somebody drafted a quarterback with an ability, maybe they realize they not it. Maybe they feel like, hey, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can hold up. Like they can, or they can be smart about it and trade him earlier or trade back or
Well, I
do
mean,
something. But like,
let's be real. Josh Allen never moves without a 30 interception rule. His contract was what, seven
yeah,
years or
no,
something?
no, 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 no. Josh Allen moves because of Flores. Flores is going to trade
Right,
him
but Flores
regardless.
traded him because he's like he's losing the X factor. I better get what I can while I can. At least that's what he was
No,
saying
but
in the chat.
Flores would have traded him anyways. Flores would have traded him anyways.
Oh, okay.
Flores would trade him anyways. Eventually, he would trade him anyways. He'd have been like, "Oh, he traded him because he sucks with him or whatever." It wouldn't have been just because of the abilities being lost, even if
Gotcha.
the game taken away. Or Flores would have traded him. Period. Um, that was
Yeah.
going to
So
happen. But like other people, yeah, I can see you could definitely make a case. And then, but yeah, when Geronimo traded him, it was definitely because he felt like maybe it wasn't worth having them, like to change his game style. Maybe he thought that, because I don't think Geronimo would have threw 30 if he didn't want to throw 30. I feel like he
nah.
felt like it was a hindrance on him. So he was like, hey, he talked to me. He gave up Bosa to get him. Then he got back T.J. Watt. So I mean, it's like a wash. He
Right.
pretty much. So he got Pickett. So he gained a young quarterback. He
And he's
gave up
been
Trey
balling
Lance.
with Pickett
Yeah,
pretty
because like
impressively
it,
to me. Like the way he's been executing with Pickett has been pretty impressive. I can't lie.
yeah, because like when you're
Because
not
he's not
focused on
highly
like.
rated. Yeah.
Yeah, but like yeah, he's doing great with Pickett. But like, similar to what I was doing with Mr. Trubisky, when you're not thinking about the abilities and I got this gunslinger, I'm about to sling this ball like 30 yards on the field. You're thinking about short ball control offense, little small
Mm-hmm.
passes. You're more efficient, So he don't throw as many ends. His games are tighter.
Yeah.
It's sim. It's very, you can call it sim, when you're not thinking about that stuff. And then when you are thinking about that stuff, this rule kind of forces you to be sim. Because, like, do you really want to lose your abilities? So don't throw these in. So you're going to take more sacks. If the throw's not there, you're not forcing as much. You're going to run the ball more. So there's definitely things like that happen with this rule. So I think the rule is good. Maybe the number was a little low, but that's what Fez wanted. I think Fez was the main champion for the 30. A lot of people at the time were in the men chat were thinking maybe 35. Some people even threw out 40. But yeah, some people have felt the pain of losing it. Dak Prescott lost his X factor, but he's still
Yeah.
playing fine. He
Everybody in
won
this
versus
list right
Texans.
here. Tom Brady lost his.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the rule is definitely an interesting rule. It makes you play differently. But I mean, if I'm looking at Deshaun Watson with 17 touchdowns to 78 ints, he's he's never going to be under 30,
well, yeah. Sort
40.
sort by quarterback rating. Sort by quarterback rating. Let's see what
Oh, like
quarterbacks are
QB
actually like.
rating. Let's see.
Yeah, the one right next to it. Yeah, let's see.
My Madden's a little slow right now, so
Yeah, it
give it a
is. You
sec.
got to talk to
But
that guy.
I
Get
think
them
like
together.
the quarterbacks that are because they
So
got
like Kenny
he
Pickett
only
is like
has
the
one,
number
two.
one starting quarterback for rating, 106.
Yeah,
And then
106.
Justin Fields, Mr. Trubisky was up there when I played with him. Patrick Mahomes. Then you got a lot of trick play runners or Sims. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, you got
I
Mariota down
mean,
there. Mariota's looking good,
yeah. So I mean, so I feel like
and it's a more
it's
balanced interception to touchdown ratio.
yeah,
I
with
think
certain.
last cycle 20 was a lot. I mean, well, I mean,
Mhm.
obviously you had some people who still threw 50 or 60, but
I think it's
20-ish,
about double.
25 was good. But this Madden, like you mentioned, is just so much easier to throw these interceptions that and the defense do. Defense will jump up in the air, catch one full peak, get hit with the legs, thrown down, and hold on to the ball.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Like it's
The defense,
crazy their spec catch.
the defenders are better receivers than the receivers. Like they don't drop nothing. Receivers will drop some passes when they get hit, but defenders in this game they don't drop nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's just the way that this game is engineered poorly on that. Because in real life, you see defenders be dropping ends wide open all the time, but not in Madden. So yeah,
Yeah, man. But man, it's shaping up to be a good cycle. I'm enjoying it. I definitely appreciate the invite. Last cycle, I was mostly just practicing, just to kind of get reps to get better. It was my first
yep.
time ever being in a Madden cycle. This cycle, I'm focused a little bit more, and I'm trying to make sure punch the ticket to the playoffs and get in there and see if I can do something. So I'm looking forward to it. But I will say, STE is a fun league, man. I enjoy it. I think the guys are funny. It's a good time in there. We'll have to touch base again, man, and talk about all the 2K and everything else, because you guys. Or real quick, how many games do you guys do? Because I know 2K, Madden, you were
2K,
doing
Madden,
WWE.
Yeah, they had
MLB.
WWE for a little while.
Yeah, so like you guys are doing a lot of games. So, we'll touch base again, man. But I appreciate you coming on the show, man. It's good to talk to you. Great to put a face to the name. I saw somebody in the Discord said the same thing. But yeah, man, keep rocking. We'll keep doing our thing. Appreciate you.
All right, take care, man.